To talk to you about a friend's feelings.
Lisa.
Hi.
Hi, Lisa. Can you speak up just a bit?
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, how old are you, Lisa?
24.
What's the problem?
I have a very good friend, and she's in a position in my life where she has a lot of influence with the people that I know.
What does that mean?
How can I put this? I'm with a group of musicians, and she holds a very influential position with all of us.
Is she an agent?
In one way or another, yeah.
Okay. And so you depend upon her for work?
Well, no, I just depend upon her for friendship, but she does have a lot of business
Okay.
with us as well.
And the problem is?
The problem is, she recently revealed some feelings for me that I'm having a hard time dealing with. I don't think I have a hard time accepting it. What I think the hardest part is not losing her friendship and not making her feel as if my return for those feelings is not a form of betrayal in any way.
Your return is you're not returned. The problem is you're not returning the feelings, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the feelings must be sexual?
Well, I asked her about that. Nothing has been spoken very blatantly about it. We kind of hem-haw around about it, but she, the couple of times that we have spoken about it, and the first time we talked about it.
What did she reveal?
Just a very deep love, the same kind of love you would have, almost as, a spiritual love that you might have for a mate. And she expressed it in a very wonderful way. I really didn't have a feeling, I didn't have any bad feelings about that. In fact, I had a very insightful friend tell me that there was nothing wrong with that. It was a positive thing that she was...
Okay, if that's true, what's the problem?
The problem is I can't seem to get her to realize that the fact that I don't feel the same way, that I don't expect these feelings to manifest in a physical sense.
Well, did you have the feeling that she wanted to be physical with you?
Yeah, I definitely get the feeling.
Well, did you ask?
I tried to.
How do you try to ask?
Well, first I wanted to point out to her, the fact that she's married, and I wanted to find out if she had thought about all the different aspects of a lot of people's lives that this could affect. I wanted to see if she had thought about that first.
But that reaction is immediately assuming that she wants to have an affair with you.
Yeah, and the fact that she didn't... she just kept saying that it wasn't going to affect anything.
Well, how do you know you're not reading something into this?
I thought about that, and I waited for the subject to be brought up again. And when it was, I was not as willing to talk about it, and I could tell she was extremely hurt and angered by that.
Okay, what was brought up again?
Oh,
I mean, you're not saying something.
I get, I'm talking to you about it the same way she and I talked about it almost. It was just...
Is she in love with you?
Yes.
Okay.
And I love her, but I'm not in love in that sense with her.
Okay. And you told her that?
Yeah.
Did you tell her that there's no chance of this ever being physical?
The conversation never quite reached that.
Did you tell her? You didn't tell her?
The conversation never quite reached that peak. It was always, I'd get very uncomfortable with the situation.
Well, why not be straightforward and tell her that?
I think she knows. I don't...
Well, don't think. The anxiety you're having is over the fact that you think she has an expectation. Isn't that what this is about? I mean, if she just loved you as a friend and had a deep spiritual bond with you and felt you were special and wonderful and she was glad that the world was populated with people like you, you couldn't have a problem with that, could you?
No, and I think it's very close to that.
Yeah, But what is the sexual part?
Well,
Is it your sexual feeling for her? Horror. No.
I think
Then
that-
what's the problem?
Why do I think that if there is that she expects something physical from it?
Yes.
She made a comment that she said that I was an extremely sexual person,
Okay.
and it wasn't just that. It was where the conversation went from there, but it was all spoken very hypothetically and very just,
Tell her you love her too.
and I do.
And there's no chance of this ever being physical. And come right out and say it. Unless you want it to be.
No, I really fear the recourse that it might take in my life.
It already has a worse recourse because you are refusing to take the risk in telling her just what it is you truly feel. Come on. You're living with something inside your head as much as a threat from the outside. Tell her the truth.
I guess I owe her that as well.
You owe
as myself.
you that.
Yeah.
You owe you that so you can be comfortable in her presence. You say, I love you too, sweetheart, but it's never going to get physical. And she says, well, I never intended to be physical. I just wanted you to be sure that you knew that it wouldn't. I love you too. I love you too. That's fine. So at least you can say, good. She knows how I stand. Have you ever had a sexual relationship with a woman?
No.
Have you ever wanted one?
No, and if there was any question in my mind, this little situation cleared it up real fast.
Then declare it.
Yeah, I guess I need to.
I guess you need
I know I need to.
Declare it.
Okay.
You'll feel much better for it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Well, let's see. We have a few moments left. Where do I go? Do I take another call, folks? I do take another call.